Hello, I'm Falling Forever Upward, and this is the first part of my third LP, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is probably my favorite Sonic game. It's definitely my favorite 2D Sonic game. And we're getting right to it. As you see right now, Sonic still has the Chaos Emeralds from Sonic 2. And then somehow we got a new character here that somehow punches the Chaos Emerald without Sonic. He is Knuckles the Echidna. We're gonna see more of him later, but pretty much the backstory of this game is Sonic and Tails have discovered that a new island has appeared. And they gotta go explore it, because that's what you do when you see giant islands suddenly appearing. And they find Knuckles. Knuckles is actually the only inhabitant of the island, which is Floating Island. As you guessed, it should be floating, so... And why is it not floating? Of course, it's Eggman. And here we are in the first special stage of the game. Special stages have changed once again. They are now in these sort of isometric 3D areas where you're collecting blue spears, and you're avoiding the red spears. Also, the spears with the star on them, they're kind of like bumpers. Also, if you collect all the rings in a special stage, you get a perfect bonus and to continue. But continues don't matter as much as they did in Sonic 1 and 2, mainly because this game actually has a save feature, unlike Sonic 1 and 2. Also, if you surround a group of blue spears by red spears that you've touched, they all turn into rings, which makes things easier because you don't have to avoid a red spear, and they're necessary to get a perfect bonus. I believe also you make sure I could get a perfect bonus, but I kind of screwed up. Because once you get every single blue spear, the next stage ends, so I couldn't get the rings I got from doing that last square. But the perfect bonus is 50,000. And special stages are now gained by going through giant rings. You don't need to have 50 rings to get into them, and they're scattered about levels. You can't get them from the end, can't get special stages from giant rings at the end of stages or checkpoints. But you can get something else from checkpoints now. They are bonus stages. And they're entirely different from special stages. There are actually 3 types of special stages. I believe I showed them all in this one. Here comes the first one, and probably my least favorite is this one. I'm not very good at it. As you're gonna see, I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble here. You go up, and I believe I show a little bit more of it later in this part. But you can get rings and shields, which I'll show up more of the shields later. And here we're coming up to, and this another new thing they added to Sonic 3 and Knuckles is mini bosses. And also bosses technically have a typically kind of appear mid-stage to give you a preview of what's coming up, and that was the mid-boss of the zone. And here's the second one. You go up here. I have a little bit of trouble here. But apparently it's like a gumball machine, and if you fall down to the bottom once, there's springs, but the second time the special stage ends. And you can get rings and shields like the rotating spear thing. And here we come up to the second special stage. The number of special stages in each act varies. There's only 2 in these, in Angel Island though, but coming up to Marble Garden Zone, the first zone of the game, that one actually has 7 special stages. So technically, you can get all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds in Marble Garden. I believe 50 rings here gets you a continue. Actually, I believe 50 rings gets you an extra life. Because you have to get a continue, you have to get perfect. And that was the second special stage. And I believe we're going to get one of the shields first. There's 3 shields, I believe it's coming out. Also, about those spikes right there, it's actually one example to show that there is actually a slight height difference between Sonic and Tails. Because if you're playing as Tails, who can fly in this game, who the player can make fly in this game, he's actually short enough that when the spikes come down, you can stand under them and you won't get crushed. If you're Sonic or Knuckles, which you can play as, you would get crushed. And we're gonna come up to the first shield right here, and it's the electric shield. It gives you an extra jump like that, and it also attracts rings to you. And we're gonna have that for a little bit. Now we're gonna. It also deflects projectiles, but I believe all the shields do that. And here we have the fire shield. It gives you a nice little fire blast to send you going, and it makes you immune to fire. The electric shield also makes you immune to electricity. And you can bounce the goalpost at the end of the first act, and you can get points. And when it lands, it will occasionally give you a ring box. And I believe this time it gives me actually the third shield. When I make it land eventually. And it's the third shield. Here it is the water shield. And that's the end of the act. They actually changed the ending music. This music, ending music for at the end of stages. It's gonna appear in pretty much every single Sonic game from now on. It's pretty much the end of every single Sonic game. And pretty much the water shield, it kind of gives you a little bounce. You bounce down the ground and you go high. It also prevents you from drowning. Also, I didn't say this, but you might have noticed that as the special stage goes on, it does get faster and faster and faster. It never does end. There's no time limit. It only ends when you touch a red sphere. But when it gets going so fast, when you get going real fast, it's really easy to hit red sphere. And coming up to, and I'm actually gonna get the Chaos Emeralds as quickly as possible, mainly because I'm not really sure of where many of the special stage rings are later in the game. So I'm gonna get 4 in this part, and then 3 in the next part. And this part is entirely going to be the first zone of the game, mainly because these special stages take a good portion of the video. But that's the end of the third special stage, and here's the rest of Act 2. Also, both the fire shield and the electric shield, they both in water will disappear, and they don't come back when you jump out of the water. Also, the spin dash is back from Sonic 2. It's like it always was. And you might have seen it, but that when I double jump, which if I don't know who I am, Sonic will sometimes, when I jump, sometimes I'll Sonic will have a little shield around him for an instant second. That's me double jumping, which will activate the insta shield. It's kind of like an extra hit. Yeah. It extends your hit range and protects you from an enemy. And here's the first bonus stage. It's kind of like, it's a mixture of Casino Night Zone and the special stages from Sonic 1. These are the ones I like the most. And if you touch sides long enough, they do turn into gold rings. As you might saw a little glimpse of one. And you kind of go around and you get rain. This one's personally my favorite. It's the only one you can get a good amount of rings from. Because if you had jackpot, I believe that's 100 rings. 150, I'm not sure. Another electric shield. I think how the electric shield disappeared as it went to water. And those enemies are sort of like the caterpillar from Sonic 1 that you have to hit the head. Except when you hit the body, you just get hurt. They don't explode into a bunch of pieces. And here we come to the fourth special stage. Got our little peppermint stage we got going on here. And this is... You can actually jump in special stages. Sorry about that. I got a little bit of it. Can't have trouble with my effort. But you can actually jump in them, which is going to become really important in some of the later special stages. You step this around with a circle of red spheres or square, wherever that shape was, a plus sign, and the blue spheres with the blue spheres and the red spheres on the outside will turn. And that's the fourth Chaos Emerald. Now we're coming towards the end of Act 2. I'm not sure if it'll be a bit choppy when I upload this to YouTube, but it's a little bit choppy from what I'm looking at. But I'm not sure. I thought it set perhaps to record at 60 FPS, but it might not be. So sorry about that. I've actually already recorded the entire first half of this game, the Sonic 3 portion, which I can't actually haven't explained yet about how this game, when it first released, is actually two separate games. Due to time constraints, it has separate Sonic 3 into two games. Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Watch it but it's separate in two separate games. Sonic 3 was released in early January of 1994. Sonic and Knuckles in November 1994. And Sonic 3 Knuckles is when you could hook up Sonic 3 into Sonic and Knuckles and Tails Racing box. But you could hook up Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, because Sonic and Knuckles had little things you could game for. And you could play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which combine the two games. And that's what we're playing that's what I'm playing through right now, is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And this is gonna be the end of the part, but I'm flying forever upward, and this is gonna be an asshole here, but I'm flying forever upward, and please watch the next part, part 2. Well actually, I'm gonna alternate between doing a Knuckles run, cause uh Knuckles has a different kind of, he takes different paths in this game. So I'm gonna be uploading part 1 of that run tomorrow, and then I'll upload part 2 of this. Forgot what the date. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna be uploading that Monday. I kind of forgot the days of the week. I stayed up late last night recording this.